A Samajwadi Party member of parliament has called for the removal of the Sengol from parliament. SP MP from Mohanlalganj in Uttar Pradesh, R.K. Chaudhary is on the offensive, bringing up the flanks. Congress Party's Renuka Chaudhary said India is secular and should be seen as inclusive. RJD's Meesa Bharti called for the Sengol to be kept in a museum instead. The BJP has hit back, calling the opposition not just anti-Tamil but also anti-Indian culture and not wanting a link between India's glorious past and a bright future, with Indian traditions being the bridge. Mosmi Singh and Piyush Mishra bring you our top story.
Mahamahim Rashtrapati Ji.
The Sengol, the 5-feet-long scepter from the Chola dynasty, is at the center of a political controversy again. The row this time ignited by Samajwadi Party MP. Ahead of the President's procession and address that was led by the Sengol, R.K. Chaudhary termed the scepter a symbol of monarchy and called for its removal from Parliament.
Sengol तमिल भाषा का शब्द है, उसे माने हुए राजदंड. राजदंड माने राजा की छड़ी, राजा डंडा. कभी देश में राजपाट था राजाओं का, तब सेंगोल का महत्व था. अब देश में लोकतंत्र है और लोकतंत्र को चलाने के लिए संविधान है. हमारा मामला है, हमारा मानना है कि अब सेंगोल का महत्व नहीं है. संसद, हमारी संसद लोकतांत्रिक केंद्र है, तो निश्चित तौर पे हमारा मानना है कि यदि लोकतंत्र को वापस लाना है या लोकतंत्र बरकरार रखना है तो सेंगोल को हटाना है.
Akhilesh Yadav defended his Neta's statement.
उन्हें ये लगा होगा कि प्रधानमंत्री जी जब शपथ लेने गए थे तो प्रणाम नहीं किया था. हो सकता है इसी वजह से उनकी भावना इस तरह की आई हो कि हटे. और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, अच्छा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हम ही अगर ये बात पूछें कि सरकार को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए लगाने के लिए क्या दिक्कत है.
India Bloc 2 rallied behind Chaudhary, backing him on his demand of removing the Sengol from Sansad.
वो अपनी मर्जी का सिंबल लगा दिए हैं, अपनी मर्जी का ये मनमानी करके ये कर रहे हैं, तो उनकी मांग में बुरा तो नहीं. उन्होंने जो पूछ रहे हैं क्योंकि पार्लियामेंट हैज ऑलवेज बीन सेक्युलर, इंक्लूसिव, सबको साथ लेने की बात थी.
देखिए बिल्कुल हटाना चाहिए क्योंकि ये लोकतंत्र है और वहाँ पे अब राजतंत्र तो रहा नहीं. तो अगर सिंबल को लगाना ही चाहिए तो उसको म्यूजियम में रखना चाहिए जहाँ की देश के सभी लोग जाएं और वहाँ पे उसका दर्शन भी करें.
Chaudhary's remarks drew heavy criticism from the NDA, with the alliance saying the SP was hell-bent on insulting Indian history and Tamil culture.
मेरी समझ के परे है कि आपके क्षेत्र की जनता ने आपको विकास के कार्यों के लिए चुना है कि यहाँ पर आकर इस तरीके की विवादित राजनीति करने के लिए. क्यों नहीं भैया, सकारात्मक राजनीति की सोच ये विपक्ष के नेता रख सकते हैं. एक साथ आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करें, ना कि इस तरीके के विवादित बयान देकर बंटवारे की राजनीति करें.
संगोल जो है वो बड़ी ही भव्यता से जो है उस राष्ट्रपति जी के आगमन पे उसका जो है वो परचम लहराया. हमारी सनातनी, हमारी भारतीय संस्कृति का एक जो धरोहर है उसका सबने जो है वो सम्मान किया.
Last year, Prime Minister Modi installed the Sengol in the Lok Sabha chamber, next to the Speaker's chair in the new Sansad building, after performing a traditional puja. With Amit Bharadwaj and Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
R.K. Chaudhary, Samajwadi Party member of parliament from Mohanlalganj in Uttar Pradesh. He wrote a letter to the speaker saying he was shocked to see the Sengol on the right side of the chair of the house. R.K. Chaudhary joins me on the broadcast. और चौधरी साहब, आपने जो पत्र लिखा है जिसमें लिखा है कि आप सेंगोल को देखकर संसद में स्तब्ध रह गए थे, तो और आप शॉक थे, तो आप ये स्तब्ध क्यों रह गए थे? आपको क्या शॉक लगा?
निश्चित तौर पे जो सिंगोल है वो निशानी है इसके राजतंत्र की. अब भारत में आज़ादी के बाद यहाँ राजतंत्र लागू है और यहाँ इस समय जो लोकतंत्र है
जी,
लोकतंत्र में राजतंत्र नहीं चलेगा. सिंगोल निशानी है राजतंत्र की. जिस समय देश आज़ाद हुआ
जी,
यहाँ के पुरोहितों ने एक सलाह दिया कि कोई ऐसा सिंबल दिया जाए प्रधानमंत्री को तो कन्विंस हुए प्रधानमंत्री जी भी और लाल मोहन मेनन भी, और प्रतियों कहने पे सिंगोल तैयार किया गया।
ठीक,
उसे प्रधानमंत्री को दे दिया गया, पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को। उन्होंने उसे इलाहाबाद के संग्रहालय में रख दिया। तब से लगातार वहां रहा, किसी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
नहीं,
लेकिन अब
तो
मोदी सरकार
जब
ने
पंडित
उसे
जवाहरलाल
वहां से
नेहरू
ले आके
को
रख दिया नई संसद भवन में।
चौधरी साहब, जब पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को 14 अगस्त 1947
सुन नहीं रहे हैं, देखिए,
धार्मिक गुरुओं ने अधिनियम ने दिया।
सुनिए मेरी बात।
उस समय वो राजतंत्र का प्रतीक था।
सुनिए मेरी बात, पहले आप सुनिए, बकवास न करिए।
नहीं, ये किस तरह की भाषा है? बकवास मत करिए। किस तरह की भाषा है? आप एक सांसद हैं, आपसे हम शालीनता की अपेक्षा नहीं कर सकते।
रखिए।
ये किस तरह का गुरूर है आपका?
सवाल है, आप खाली क्वेश्चन करिए बस।
हाँ, तो मैंने आपसे प्रश्न पूछा है, शालीनता से उत्तर दीजिए।
खाली सवाल करिए। मैं आपका जो सवाल है वो लंबा है, आप खाली सवाल पूछिए।
मैंने सवाल पूछ लिया है, शालीनता से उत्तर दीजिए, इतनी अपेक्षा मैं आपसे कर सकता हूं।
आप सुनिए, आप सवाल पूछिए, बहुत शॉर्ट कर पूछिए। हमने आपसे यहाँ जो सामने है हमने कह दिया है, क्योंकि और लोग यहाँ खड़े हैं। आप सवाल पूछिए, मैं जवाब दूंगा।
मैंने आपसे यही प्रश्न पूछा चौधरी साहब, मैंने आपसे सवाल यह पूछा, जब 14 अगस्त 1947 को पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को यह सौंपा गया था, क्या उस समय यह राजतंत्र का प्रतीक था या उस समय यह लोकतंत्र का प्रतीक था?
तब राजतंत्र चल रहा था, लोकतंत्र आने वाला था। पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने इस सिंगोल को बड़ा सम्मान के साथ रख दिया था इलाहाबाद संग्रहालय में। अब देश में हालात बदल गए हैं, पूरी तरह देश लोकतांत्रिक है, और निश्चित तौर पे चाहे पुरानी संसद हो चाहे नई संसद हो, अब यहाँ पे जहाँ सिंगोल रखा गया हालांकि ये नहीं ठीक है, बल्कि इस नई संसद भवन में जहाँ सिंगोल रखा है वहाँ संविधान के एक प्रति, वो भी विशाल का है, एक रखी जानी चाहिए। ये मेरी मांग है। मैंने कि चिट्ठी लिख दिया, इसमें बवाल करने की क्या जरूरत है?
नहीं, बवाल की बात इसलिए हो रही है क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कहना है कि समाजवादी पार्टी तमिल विरोधी है। जो आपकी पार्टी है समाजवादी पार्टी, वो जो हमारा भारत का जो कल्चर है उसके विरोध में रहती है।
स्पीकर को
जी
भाई, बीजेपी के नेता जाके स्पीकर से मिलने, हमारी बात ना माने, ये तो उनसे कहना। भाई, हमने जो चिट्ठी लिखना था लिख दिया। मेरी अपील है, मैंने साफ लिखा है, आग्रह किया है।
आपने आग्रह किया है क्योंकि आप पर आरोप यह लग रहा है कि आप नकारात्मक राजनीति कर रहे हैं। आप भारत में, देश में चुन कर आए हैं, आप सकारात्मक राजनीति नहीं कर रहे हैं। ये चिराग पासवान का आरोप है।
अरे भाई सुनिए, ये सब न बताइए हमसे, सीधा सवाल आपका है, मैं कई चिट्ठी पढ़ के सुना दूंगा आपको। अंत में लिखा है, अतः मैं आग्रह करना चाहूंगा कि संसद भवन से सिंगोल हटाकर उसकी जगह भारतीय संविधान की विशालकाय एक प्रति स्थापित की जाए। इतना लिखा है।
ठीक,
अनुरोध।
अच्छा, ये बताइए, जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये कहती है कि नहीं, क्योंकि जो अधिनियम वहां पर आए थे या जो धार्मिक गुरु आए थे जिन्होंने पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू को वो सिंगोल उपहार स्वरूप दिया था या सत्ता का हस्तांतरण के स्वरूप दिया था, वो भगवान शिव के उपासक है। तो क्या समाजवादी पार्टी अगर कोई चीज हिंदू धर्म से जुड़ी है, तमिल संस्कृति से जुड़ी है, भारतीय संस्कृति से जुड़ी है, समाजवादी पार्टी उसकी विरोधी है क्या?
नहीं, वो जो जिस समय पुरोहित लोग सलाह दिए थे उस समय तो जब रखा गया सिंगोल को रख दिया गया संग्रहालय में, तब तो कोई विरोध किया नहीं। अब विरोध क्या कर रहे हैं?
और यही प्रश्न आपसे पूछा जा रहा है
जिस समय कि
ये तो पिछले वर्ष 2023 में मई के महीने में 28 मई को रखा गया, तब से अब तक तो समाजवादी पार्टी ने विरोध किया नहीं।
हाँ, मालूम
विरोध
है।
अभी कर रहे हैं।
तब उस समय नहीं, अरे आप समझे नहीं, ये चिट्ठी मैंने व्यक्तिगत लिखा है, अभी मैंने अपने नेताओं से पूछा नहीं। अगर हमारे नेता तैयार हो गए, अगर विपक्ष तैयार हो गया तो इसमें बड़ा आंदोलन होगा, हम और काम करेंगे। बस खाली चिट्ठी लिखा है,
इस पे आप बड़ा आंदोलन करेंगे?
इसमें कौन खराब बात है भाई? चिट्ठी हमारी मानी जाए न मानी जाए सेकेंडरी है। मैं जब सांसद हुआ मैंने अपना फर्ज समझा कि मैंने पहचाना था, मैंने पढ़ा था सिंगोल के बारे में, तो मैंने चिट्ठी लिख दिया। अब चिट्ठी मानते नहीं मानते सेकेंडरी है तुम ना।
तो क्या ये किसी वर्ग विशेष या धर्म विशेष
ये सही है कि मैंने अपने नेता से अभी बात नहीं किया था।
जी
जी,
क्योंकि सरकार का ये कहना है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कहना है, ये तो न्याय का प्रतीक है, न्याय का प्रतीक है, राइटियसनेस का प्रतीक है। आप न्याय के प्रतीक को हटाना चाहते हैं।
न्याय का प्रतीक था, सुनिए, न्याय का प्रतीक था जब यहाँ राजा महाराजा थे, लेकिन सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल ने 555 राजाओं को एक तरह से कन्विंस करके मनाया, तब देश लोकतांत्रिक हो गया। अब यहाँ संविधान चलता है, राजतंत्र नहीं है, अब यहाँ लोकतंत्र है।
क्योंकि आपने
संविधान की बात को मानना चाहिए, लोकतंत्र मानना चाहिए, सम्मान करना चाहिए।
आपने ये भी कहा कि लोकतंत्र को लौटाना है, इसके क्या मायने हैं? लोकतंत्र को लौटाना है तो ये सिंगोल हटाना है।
जो मैंने लिख दिया। अगर संसद बहस होगी, मैं शामिल हो जाऊंगा। आपसे अनुरोध है कि आपने सवाल पूछ लिया, मैंने आंसर दे दिया।
ठीक, शालीनता से आपने उत्तर दिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आर.के. चौधरी, आप सांसद हैं मोहनलालगंज उत्तर प्रदेश से, आप मेरे साथ जुड़े, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। बट इट्स नॉट जस्ट द सेंगोल. Politics has also erupted and actually escalated on President Draupadi Murmu's address to Parliament. In her first speech in the 18th Lok Sabha, President Murmu referred to the dark days of emergency. She called it the darkest chapter in India's history. The opposition, especially the Congress, is up in arms. Here's what happened in the joint session of Parliament today.
महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी.
The first address of the President in the 18th Lok Sabha. Amid the regalia and grandeur, politics took center stage. President Murmu referred to the emergency imposed by Indira Gandhi in 1975, calling it the darkest chapter in India's history.
देश में संविधान लागू होने के बाद भी संविधान पर अनेक बार हमले हुए हैं। आज 27 जून है। 25 जून 1975 को लागू हुआ आपातकाल संविधान पर सीधे हमले का सबसे बड़ा और काला अध्याय था।
The President's emergency remark triggered an uproar from the opposition. Even before the President's speech began, the Aam Aadmi Party decided to boycott it, to protest against Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. Aam Aadmi Party's boycott wasn't backed by any other India bloc party though. The President also had a message for the opposition on democracy and those doubting the electoral process.
भारत के लोगों ने हमेशा लोकतंत्र के प्रति अपना पूर्ण विश्वास प्रकट किया है। चुनाव से जुड़े संस्थाओं पर पूरा भरोसा जताया है। स्वस्थ लोकतंत्र को बनाए रखने के लिए हमें इस विश्वास को सुदृढ़ कर रखना है। हमारे लोकतंत्रों की विश्वसनीयता को ठेस पहुंचाने की हर कोशिश की सामूहिक आलोचना होना चाहिए। मतदान प्रक्रिया को सुरक्षित बनाने के लिए ईवीएम को अपनाने का फैसला किया गया था। पिछले कई दशकों में ईवीएम में सुप्रीम कोर्ट से लेकर जनता की अदालत तक हर कसौटी को पार किया है।
President Murmu also mentioned the paper leak row.
हाल ही में कुछ परीक्षाओं में हुई पेपर लीक की घटनाओं की निष्पक्ष जांच और दोषियों को कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दिलवाने के लिए मेरी सरकार प्रतिबद्ध है। इस पर दलीय राजनीति से ऊपर उठकर देशव्यापी ठोस उपाय करने की जरूरत है। संसद ने भी परीक्षा में होने वाली गड़बड़ियों के विरुद्ध एक सख्त कानून बनाया है।
Triggering a strong response from the opposition.
So many things we discussed about the parliamentary functioning. Of course, this issue also came. Rahul ji, leader of opposition, had informed the Honourable Speaker. It could have been avoided from the Speaker's reference. Because that is clearly a political reference. It could have been avoided.
The opposition is still mounting pressure on the Modi government on the exam mess. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, in response to the President's address, said that whitewashing will not work in the NEET scam. The Parliament will now discuss and debate the President's address on Friday. The Prime Minister will reply to the motion next week. Stage is set for a massive NDA versus India showdown. Bureau Report, India Today.
Battle lines very clearly drawn. Shots have already been fired. Joining me on the special broadcast, Sanju Verma represents the Bharatiya Janata Party. Juhi Singh represents the Samajwadi Party. Sanjay Jha is a political analyst, was the Congress Party spokesperson. Naval Kishore represents the RJD. Shubhrashtra is a political analyst. And Juhi Singh, may I begin by asking you, the Sengol was actually installed in Parliament on the 28th of May 2023. Why seek its removal a year later, more than a year later? Samajwadi Party finds it a symbol of monarchy only today?
Gaurav, you've already questioned the person. I mean, our MP, Dalit leader who works on the field. It's his letter. He's answered. I think we have more important issues on hand, like the NEET paper leak, the cancellation of papers, the NTA person who's heading it. What are his qualifications? How he was appointed, and now, which is coming out, Bedi Ram, the person who's been booked for 8 cases for paper leak. He is very comfortably sitting with our Chief Minister, our Deputy Chief Minister. We've also had a police exam recruitment paper leak in UP where the person who was heading that organization was from Gujarat, was allowed to leave the country. So unemployment, the fact that there are lakhs of young men and women on the streets who are protesting, the government should listen to them.
Fair enough, that's a point well taken. I'm coming to that part of the debate too, but for the moment, so I'm concentrating on Sengol. I completely agree with all that you've said, but perhaps this could have been told to that member of parliament. He could have written that letter on NEET instead of Sengol. So, there is perhaps a disconnect in what you are thinking and what your party leaders think. Sanju Verma, the opposition alliance member, says Sengol actually represented the transfer of power in the Chola dynasty from one king to the other. We're a democracy, not a monarchy. Why give such prominence to Sengol in the largest temple of democracy, or the temple of democracy in the largest democracy in the world?
You know, Gaurav, let me put a few facts out there for your audience. The textbook literal definition of Sengol means righteousness and justice. You're right. Sengol dates back to the Chola kingdom, and then it meant the transfer of power from one king to another. But on the 14th of August 1947, a Sengol ceremony was held where C. Rajagopalachari, the last Viceroy of India, was present, Pandit Nehru was present, and Lord Mountbatten handed over the Sengol to Pandit Nehru in the presence of Rajagopalachari, and it was mutually decided that Sengol should be there in the parliament next to the speaker's chair, as it represents transfer of power from the British crown to independent India. And what happened? Lo and behold, instead of landing in parliament next to the speaker's chair, the Sengol found itself limited to the rusty corner of a rusty museum in Allahabad, where it was written, "This is the walking stick of Pandit Nehru." Imagine the audaciousness of Pandit Nehru. Imagine the audaciousness of the Congress party. You know, on 28th of May 2023, we did something that should have happened way back in 1947, but I will just come to the moot point. Beyond Sengol, beyond, the semantics, let's be very clear, Gaurav. In 30 seconds, I'll tell you this. Beat Henry Francis Light's hymn, "Abide with Me," when that was replaced at the Beating the Retreat ceremony with Lata Mangeshkar's Mere Watan Ke Logo, the opposition had a problem. When, Aurangzeb Road was renamed as Lok Kalyan Marg, these people had a problem. When Rajpath was renamed as Kartavya Path, these people had a problem. And, it's not just limited to Sengol or thereabouts. even when the Prime Minister inaugurated the Central Vista, the new Parliament building, the opposition had a problem. Whereas the Modi government clearly said that the Central Vista, the new Parliament building, was a symbol of decolonization because the old Parliament building was introduced by Lord Irwin way back in 1927 and was designed by colonialists like Edward Lutyens and Herbert Baker.
Fair enough.
Had a problem with that.
Let me bring in Sanjay Jha. Just a small point. The Aurangzeb Road was renamed as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Marg, but just a small point there. Sanjay Jha, Sengol is all about symbolism. First time in modern India, as you are well aware, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru got this Sengol from the Adhinams from Tamil Nadu. So, secular when handed over to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. But Renuka Chaudhary talks about being inclusive and secular only when the BJP installs the Sengol in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple of democracy, sir?
Gaurav, good evening. You know, the larger point, Gaurav, is that the Bharatiya Janata Party should realize that the people of India have spoken in this election. Now, let me give you the best example to answer your question. Faizabad. The defeat of the Bharatiya Janata Party candidate in Faizabad, which was being used by the BJP as the epicenter of its entire campaign, is a message that the people of India have told Mr. Modi, who ran probably the most crude and vulgar campaign on communal polarization, that enough is enough. The BJP can do all its symbolism. The people of India, Gaurav, are asking, where are my jobs? Why is my exam becoming a scam? What have you done about food inflation? Why is it that within weeks of Mr. Modi's government, lynching cases have only gone up? Why is it that there has been a stock market scam already? Why is it that the chief minister is being harassed repeatedly by the state agencies? There are fundamental structural problems of democracy that Mr. Modi's government has now begun to openly manifest. This is a government, frankly speaking, Gaurav, that has no respect for the constitution. You see, the reason why...
Sir, I'm very impressed, but like I told Juhi Singh, both these points should have been raised by the respective members of parliament in parliament instead of R.K. Chaudhary writing that letter about Sengol and instead of Renuka Chaudhary commenting on India being inclusive and India being secular and the Sengol. My question is limited to Sengol because they raise the point of Sengol. I am coming to the exam scam in the second part of this debate. But, okay, I want to bring in Shubhrashtra. But since you've made a political point about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I believe Sanju Verma wants to quickly respond. But, ma'am, 30 seconds. I have to bring in Shubhrashtra too.
Yes, Gaurav. Sanjay Jha on various debates says this election has sent a message loud and clear. Yes, the electorate has sent a message loud and clear. I'm not disputing the fact that it's a reduced mandate with BJP standalone at 240. But I fail to understand why the Congress is jumping up and down with joy. Because don't forget, despite being in power for 10 years, for the first time in 62 years since 1962, you have the incumbent Prime Minister romping home for the third time and taking charge at the helm of affairs. And don't forget that way back in 2004, when the Congress had 145 seats, you ran a coalition government. You never doubted the veracity of the mandate then. When the Congress had only 206 seats in 2009, you never doubted the veracity of the mandate. Why is it that when the BJP has 240 seats, you doubt the veracity of the mandate to Narendra Modi? A reduced mandate does not mean a mandate for Rahul Gandhi. Is that so difficult for you to understand, Sanjay Jha? It does not need to, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that Rahul Gandhi is still sitting in the opposition. He's not sitting in the treasury benches.
Okay, 30 seconds, Sanjay Jha. 30 seconds, Sanjay Jha, because I have to bring in, both Shubhrashtra and Naval Kishore. They haven't spoken. Sanjay Jha, go on, sir.
Yeah. Gaurav, I respect you for handling this slugfest with a lot of maturity. I'll keep my answer within the 30 seconds you've given me. The truth is this election is different. The opposition's 232 is worth 432 because we fought with our hands and legs tied. This was not a level playing field election. The BJP had the money, they had the state agencies, they had the election commission. They abused every string and rope of power. They even denied the Congress the access to bank accounts. So I think they put chief ministers in jail. So I think the country knows that if this was a fair election, the BJP would have been below 100 seats.
We've been through this entire debate through the past 3 months, but fair enough. Both of you have spoken. I have to bring in Shubh Rashtra and Naval Kishore. But Shubh Rashtra, merit in R.K. Chaudhary saying that the Singol should actually be replaced by a large replica of the Constitution in Parliament, because that actually symbolizes righteousness, ma'am.
Gaurav, I don't really understand this whole debate around symbolism, because if one were to debate symbolism itself, then one is actually talking about the Indian Parliament, which is being run under the Constitution of this country. So, and these MPs who are there, they are more than emblems of this democracy and the Constitution that has, by the way, elected them to where they are. Is that perhaps the opposition has still not gotten over the fact that this mandate was not as decisive as the BJP made it out to be. So the opposition feels elated with the fact that the BJP has not been able to achieve its internal target. But look at their language. It seems as if they are the one who are governing. The opposition also needs to understand that it is the BJP which is going to continue. And if I were to take a leaf from the opposition's handbook itself, the people of this country for sure showed BJP some lessons, but they elected the ideology and the kind of actions that the BJP has been taking. It is an endorsement of that. I'm just using what the opposition is trying to say.
Fair enough. Naval Kishore?
There are far more pressing issues in the country that the opposition needs to pick.
Absolutely.
Rather than R.K. Chaudhary writing this letter, I'm sure the Congress party or the Samajwadi party, they are all hyperventilating about so many other issues. So why are their MPs not hyperventilating?
Absolutely, because the spokespersons are so much on the ball on the NEET exam scam. Absolutely, whether it's Juhi Singh, or Sanjay Jha, that's where you should be putting the government on the mat instead of this Singol, where you've actually given the BJP perhaps, a ball to hit out of the park. But Naval Kishore, Meesa Bharti, my apologies, sir, coming to you so late. Meesa Bharti wants the Singol to be kept in a museum. The BJP says somebody who gets a name from the murder of the Constitution by the Congress during emergency, Meesa being Maintenance of Internal Security Act during emergency, should be more aware that the Singol actually represents justice and righteousness. It reminds MPs of their duties at all times, sir.
Yes, BJP has never understood the meaning of democracy. They say something and do something else. For them, democracy is a hypocrisy, as we have understood. What they are talking about, this emergency of 70s, the emergency of the past 10 years is much more dangerous than any emergency that could take place in this country. And from that point of view, if you look at BJP, talking of justice, those who do not believe in Constitution, they have always worked against the Constitution.
Okay.
There are two things which says, one, that you look at the situation of farmers. The Three Farm Bill Act, it was taken back after something like 700 the farmers were dead. So those people who do not understand the language, emotions of the people who are basically doing something for the country, how can they talk of democracy?
Okay.
Democracy means something that you must respect opposition. For the past 10 years, the opposition has been treated like enemy. You cannot speak inside the parliament. You cannot speak outside the parliament. This is what they have shown, what they will talk of. And for president to speak these lines, it is not her line. It is the line which is dictated by the government. That is, speak on democracy. When the joint session, you must say what you are going to do in this.
Okay.
When Modi government is no more, it is end of Modi Sarkar. It is the beginning of NDA, which depends on two other partners.
Fair enough.
They never respected. You
okay,
must have
Sanju
seen
Verma wants to respond.
You must have seen
Sanju Verma wants to respond to the points you've raised, sir.
May I please?
Yes.
You will not allow me to complete?
No, of course, I'll absolutely allow you to complete. My apologies, I came to you late. Sanju Verma, permit me to give me 30 seconds. Go on, sir. Complete your point, please. Naval Kishore, quickly,
see,
sir.
In the past 2019, after 2019, you must remember that they did not allow Deputy Speaker, they did not allow Deputy Speaker to the House, which symbolizes democracy. Democracy does not mean that only government will have a speaker. There will be no deputy speaker. Those people who have ruined this country of the democratic tradition, they will talk of these things.
Sir, again, it's Meesa Bharti who raised the issue of Sengol and not all the issues that you are raising. But okay, Sanju Verma wants to respond to you. Go on, ma'am.
Thank you, Gaurav. Gaurav, first and foremost, let me address this entire narrative that the opposition feels Draupadi Murmu was wrong in talking about 1975. She was wrong in talking about emergency. ये तो अभी बीती हुई बात है, बात खत्म है. अभी इतनी पुरानी बात को, इतने गड़े हुए मुर्दों को. I did not heckle you. Keep quiet now.
Okay.
सुनने की बारी है. मैंने आपको ध्यान से सुना, चुप रहिए.
Just asking you.
Okay, one by one. Sir, give me a moment. Let Sanju Verma complete a point. I'll come to you, sir. Go on, ma'am.
Thank you. हाँ, आरजेडी के प्रवक्ता को मैंने टोका नहीं. एंड लेट आरजेडी रियलाइज, आपके अभी भी 4 सांसद हैं, बीजेपी के 240 सांसद हैं. शाम से बैठिए और चुपचाप सुनिए. जैसे
लेकिन मैम 4 को भी सुनना तो होगा ही. प्रजातंत्र की यही तो शक्ति है. बट okay, no, he won't heckle you. He won't.
मोदी जी का घमंड टूट गया, मालूम नहीं.
He won't. Okay, Naval Kishore ji, just let Sanju Verma ji complete a point. Go on, ma'am, complete your point.
थैंक यू गौरव. मोदी जी का घमंड नहीं टूटा. आपकी लाख कोशिशों के बावजूद नरेंद्र मोदी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बने हैं. एंड लर्न टू डाइजेस्ट द हार्ड ट्रूथ. 4 सांसद वाली आरजेडी यहां बैठकर बीजेपी को भाषण ना दे. आई डिड नॉट वांट टू मेक दिस अबाउट नंबर्स, बट इफ यू आर इम्पोलाइट, आई विल शो यू द मिरर इन अ लैंग्वेज यू अंडरस्टैंड. गौरव, लेट्स बी वेरी क्लियर. Why the discussion about emergency? My simple retort to that is, why not? Why should Gen Z, why should the millennial class not know what happened way back in 1975? In the run-up to debates, Gaurav, I've done a few debates with you as well. I do a zillion debates every month. Everybody said, "Arey, BJP to washing machine hai. ED, CBI, NIA, these are handmaidens of BJP." And they say, so what? If people were jailed during emergency, बीजेपी ने भी तो अरविंद केजरीवाल को जेल भेज दिया, संजय सिंह को भेजा था, सतेंद्र जैन को भेजा है, मनीष सिसोदिया को भेजा है. My response to that is this. Your audience needs to know this. अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया, सतेंद्र जैन, अनुब्रत मंडल, पार्था चैटर्जी, हेमंत सोरेन, इनको नरेंद्र मोदी ने जेल नहीं भेजा. या दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने, या कोलकाता हाईकोर्ट ने, या सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जेल भेजा. But in 1975, Indira Gandhi, via the MISA, via the COFEPOSA, by completely disbanding civil liberties, by crushing basic fundamental rights, she sent Mulayam Singh Yadav, Sharad Yadav, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Jayaprakash Narayan, L.K. Advani, George Fernandes, Arun Jaitley, Jaykrishan Gupta, Gayatri Devi, so on and so forth. These people were sent to jail by Indira Gandhi. They were not sent to jail via trial by any court of law. And if you can't understand this basic nuance, there is something seriously wrong with you. And my last point is this. Tell me one thing. The other big narrative, and I'm so glad, Gaurav, that Draupadi Murmu actually commended the Election Commission for doing a brilliant job. Rajiv Kumar, the Chief Election Commissioner, has been hounded and maligned. For the first time, EVMs were used in a general election in 2004, and the Congress came to power subsequently. BJP ने तो नहीं कहा, democracy खतरे में है. 2009 also EVMs were used.
लेकिन EVM के शुरू में प्रश्न जीवीएल नरसिम्हा राव ने भी उठाए थे. Since I'd reported that.
खतरे में है.
Okay, but I want to bring in Sanjay Jha.
The hypocrisy of the opposition.
I want to bring in Sanjay Jha and Juhi Singh also. Sir, let's keep the ball rotating. Sanjay Jha, what's wrong in President Draupadi Murmu or Speaker Om Birla talking about the emergency on its anniversary or around it? For the simple reason, Sanju Verma says that every generation has to know the ills of the past to ensure we learn from history or we are condemned to repeat it.
Gaurav, absolutely. They should know the history, because they have been all fed a lot of WhatsApp University forwards since Mr. BJP became the Prime Minister in 2014. So here is the truth. The truth is that even the Gen Z and the audience will know, they already know it, despite the propaganda of the BJP, that we have had 120 months of an undeclared, unofficial emergency, which, by the way, exceeds the official emergency, which was only for 21 months. And I'll tell you why the unofficial is more dangerous, and your viewers need to know this, because that is done under the disguise of democracy. It is surreptitious, it is stealthy, it is very slimy, and therefore, without your knowledge, they take away your liberties, they make you live under fear and hate. And here is the truth, Gaurav. The truth is this, that if despite the humiliation of being reduced from their promised 400 to 240, you can see the arrogance of this party manifesting itself even in your program. Last but not the least, India has a preamble where we talk about being secular, socialist, democratic republic. The BJP and the NDA is anti-secular, is anti-socialist, is anti-democratic, and for it, the republic is at best probably a TV channel.
I want to get, Sanju Verma wants to respond, but I have to bring in Juhi Singh also. Juhi Singh, has the Samajwadi Party in a way distanced itself a little? Shubhrashtra, just coming. When it comes to the emergency, while the Congress and the Samajwadi Party are together and they're pretty thick, but on emergency, since Mulayam Singh Yadav also was a victim of the emergency, has the Samajwadi Party taken a backseat here, ma'am?
Gaurav, we opposed the emergency in letter then, and Netaji went to jail. He was not a victim. He fought against it. And we are opposing the emergency in spirit, which the BJP is imposing on the people of India for the past 10 years. Manipur being a stellar example where internet was suspended. And if the BJP was to be happy in this victory, let them be happy. They've lost Ayodhya. The construction of Ram Mandir, it's leaking, water is being filled. And if you ask them questions, they'll say, go and ask the L&T engineers and the Tata engineers. The Ram Path is completely broken down. You've lost Shravasti, you've lost Chitrakoot, you've lost the whole of eastern UP, western UP, which was any stronger, we won. So the people of UP are sending a message. The BJP and their spokesperson should also learn to listen. And I thought you really ran a very civilized format, and I'm happy that you're keeping it. But the examination issue, Bedi Ram should be sent to jail. Why is our chief minister sitting with him? Why is Keshav Prasad Maurya taking photographs with him? Why is he MLA of their ally? Why are they not questioning Om Prakash Rajbhar? And he has these paper leak cases registered against him on his affidavit. So I think everybody should do a little fact checking and come.
And that actually should be the biggest story on India Today, and Aaj Tak, on both our channels. That paper leak is our biggest campaign story from the day it's happened, because the future of India are our students. Nobody dare mess around with their future. But once again, Shubhrashtra, what do you make of this entire controversy around the emergency? The president referring to it, Speaker Om Birla referring to it, and the Congress saying this is just misuse of government power. Okay, give me a moment. We'll reestablish.
Let me tell you that the Gen Z and millennials...
Go on, Shubhrashtra. I'm sorry.
The Gen Z and the millennials are really...
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Go on, ma'am.
Okay. Gaurav, saying that there has been a conversation about Gen Z and millennials at the drop of a hat panel. Let me tell you that the Gen Z and millennials, with this jaded debate on, emergency versus undeclared emergency. Let's understand one thing very clearly. If the Congress party's, spokesperson has to say that there's an undeclared emergency in India today, let me tell you that there was an undeclared Rajshahi going on in India for the past, till the 2000s, when the power was concentrated in the hands of one family. That can also be said, right? So when is this whole political slugfest going to end? Well, we had emergency, let's deal with it. Now, even if there is an undeclared emergency in this country, despite this undeclared emergency, there is a political mandate which has really won the caucus of the hearts of the opposition. So can the opposition show some grace, and the proposition too, can both the opposition and proposition show some grace, respect people's mandate, and please learn to accept the language of the people in the way that they've spoken.
Okay.
You are very right when you say there are so many pressing issues that this country needs to discuss. And politics, I'm sorry to say this, it goes out for all political parties. If politics were to be outsourced to political spokespersons, then why the hell are we sending MPs to the parliament?
Seriously, we should have Juhi Singh, Sanjay Jha, Sanju Verma, Shubhrashtra, Naval Kishore. We should have all of you in parliament, because at least you are raising the NEET issue. You're raising the NEET issue. That should be the issue that all of us should be raising. Naval Kishore, NEET is the issue. Your state, Bihar, is where the kingpin or the alleged kingpin, the arrests have taken place. Yesterday to today. NEET should be the biggest issue that political leaders should be talking about in parliament day in and day out.
Yes, definitely, and we are raising that, and that is the reason why this government is on the back foot. Otherwise, the education minister said that there is no paper leak. Only the opposition raised, then only he came to the point. He must resign for this reason, and NTA must be scrapped immediately. You know what is? There is no legal sanctity of NTA, which is running this kind of examination, big examination thing, which has no legal sanctity. It is just like an NGO. What is this kind of government? This government only brought it in 2017. Everyone is raising this question. But the president is saying two things that is shocking. One, she is talking about democracy, and she is not talking about undeclared democracy for the past 10 years. It is not
but sir, I'll stay on the NEET. In this part of the debate, I have to stay on NEET. And Sanju Verma, since its inception, as Naval Kishore very rightly points out, 2017 NEET, the NTA came up. Since its inception, there are a total of 1,100 cases. 1,100 cases that have been filed against this National Testing Agency in the Supreme Court of India and in 22 of 25 high courts. You will see this India Today exclusive report. Now, does this not show that the NTA has not been able to sort out this trust deficit or ensure that tests are free, fair, impartial and no paper leaks?
Gaurav, I will come to your query immediately without shoving things under the carpet. But I also have to say that, the Samajwadi Party spokesperson said, the BJP should, show some grace, blah, blah, blah. I have always maintained that the BJP needs to do introspection. The BJP does that irrespective of whether we are victors or whether we are losers. We always do introspection after even a panchayat election. Forget this, ye to general election thi. But I don't understand why is the opposition patting itself.
Naval Kishore, sir, no one interrupted you, sir. Let the lady complete her point. Go on, ma'am.
Thank you. Please listen. I don't want to be heckled by this man every time.
I'm just making one line.
No, you
Once she
don't
completes
need
her
to.
point, sir.
Wait for your turn. I heard you very patiently. Wait for your turn. Gaurav, can I?
Yes, go on.
Or will this man continue to give me background music?
No, go on.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let me make this point. Last 3 elections put together, the BJP, total tally 825 seats. The last 3 elections, general elections put together, the Congress is still at 195. The last time Congress got more than 230 seats was way back in 1991-92. And more importantly, since Uttar Pradesh is the topic of discussion, can I just finish? Gaurav, I don't understand. What's wrong with this
my
guy?
question to you was about 1,100 cases against NTA,
I'm coming to that, Gaurav.
BJP
I'm coming
wins.
to that, but there were many allegations made at the BJP. You will understand. I need to rebut that very quickly. Speaking of Uttar Pradesh, in 20 seconds, I have this to say to the Samajwadi Party. You are very happy with your 37 seats, but please understand, we got 73 in 2014 out of 80 in Uttar Pradesh, and we got 62 out of 80 in 2019. We still have a strike rate which is far better than yours.
Ma'am, fair enough. It's the future of India's students here.
We had a strike rate of 78%
before I bring in Sanjay Jha.
Please don't give lectures to the BJP.
You're not playing cricket.
Okay. Before I bring in Sanjay Jha, Shubhrashtra.
Your strike rate is nowhere close to BJP.
I will.
Okay.
Hamara strike rate beat kariye, then give me lectures. We won 73 seats in 2014. You are nowhere close
Ma'am,
to
that's
that.
cold comfort to these students who see a very bleak future with paper leaks from Bihar to Gujarat. from Maharashtra to Haryana, ma'am. Ma'am,
on the NEET issue, I want to make just 3 very important points.
Yes, please.
I'm not going to play politics here because, all of us are either parents or uncles or aunts or, friends to kids who have, sat for these competitive exams. I have maintained a constant stance on every debate, despite being the national spokesperson of the BJP, that we should do more. We should have done more much earlier and much faster.
Absolutely, ma'am. Heads have to roll here. The exam system has to be foolproof, Sanjay Jha, because this is the future of India. I want a doctor I can trust, and not a doctor who may have paid his money way through and become a doctor. Sanjay Jha.
Gaurav, I completely agree with you. The BJP has the dubious distinction, Gaurav, of destroying India's demographic dividend. You're fully aware, right? I mean, Davos and everywhere else, we talked about India's working age population getting jobs. And we have seen over the last 10 years that has gone. Worse, the exam scam tells you, why is this woman interrupting everybody, Gaurav? Can you please lower her feed? Can you kindly lower her feed?
Naval Kishore speak. My request is, let Sanjay Jha complete his point.
Yeah. I think the exam scam goes to tell you that they're rubbing, as they say, it's an insult to injury. That not only do you not give them jobs, now you're telling them don't even sit for an exam because you can't get a fair result. I mean, basically, this is the destruction, as you rightly mentioned, of the real future of India that is being carelessly smothered under the most incompetent, corrupt government that we have ever seen. And I can tell you the truth here, Gaurav. The reason is
Sanju
the
Verma,
people of India are telling them you
leak,
can't
whether under Ashok Gehlot or now, madam, jail the perpetrators. Throw away the keys. Absolutely. Ma'am, action लीजिए, but not just against these Chintu Pintus who've been arrested. The big guns of paper leak, the big guns, Shubhrashtra, that is essential. The big guns of paper leak. Who are the people who leaked it? Where did it leak? How is this network across the country from Bihar to Gujarat, from Maharashtra to Haryana, and God alone knows how many other states? And we'll be tracking that story very closely.